Hi everybody, my name is Sean Zimmerman-Wall and I'm the Pro Program Director here at AIARE. In today's video we're going to talk to you about avalanche airbags and how to store them for the season. We're going to be covering a number of things like looking at the overall condition of the pack, the balloon and the trigger, looking up manufacturers' recall notices and safety information, and how to just generally store it for the season. Now if you're not ready to put your gear away yet, that's no problem. It's good to know that you're out there riding. But catalog this information for later, as it will come in handy. First things first, inspecting the overall condition of the pack. Zippers, straps, padding, stitching, all the things that make a pack, but most importantly, looking at the suspension and hip belt and safety harness system to make sure that they are all in good working order. There's no torn stitching, ripped straps, or missing pieces. There's no cracks to the metal buckle, as this is a very important safety feature of these backpacks, that the crotch strap and adjustment buckle are in good working order. These are all things to be looked at. Now, regardless of whether you have a mechanical-based canister system or an electric-based fan system, most of these nuances remain the same. Key difference on something like this fan-based system is the intake area needs to be clean and free of any debris that could get sucked into the fan. So looking around to make sure there's no stitching or loose material. If you do find that, you're going to want to send it back now, as with anything that you might find, so that the manufacturer can take care of it over the summer, so that the pack is ready to go when you need it next winter. Looking at the burst zipper, where the airbag actually comes out of the pack, or any other wire mechanisms, is worth your time. Switching over to a canister-based system, we want to look at the canister itself, which means removing it from the pack, inspecting the threads to make sure they're not dented or cross-threaded, that there's no metal shavings there or inside. You want to look at the puncture disc at the top and any O-rings to make sure that those are in good working order and that the gauge is appropriately filled to the manufacturer recommended PSI. All this information can be found online or in your owner's manual. Looking at the bag itself is something that we often overlook. You should be deploying your airbag once a season. That's easier with a fan-based system, as you can recharge it and reload it, versus a canister-based system. But manufacturers recommend you give it a test fire each and every season. Some even allow you to dry fire the mechanism, but knowing that the bag inflates is critical to the success of a deployment in an avalanche. Looking for any torn elements, missing stitching, or seams that are delaminating would be something to keep in mind. The anchorage points on any given backpack will vary. This particular model of Boardabox has sewn runners through eyelets, so the pack can actually be removed or replaced. Making sure the material is free of any mold, mildew, or moisture before packing it away, and then following the instructions on the inside of the pack or your owner's manual for folding it up and putting it away. The trigger mechanism is the next thing we will go over. On an electric system, the trigger will often have its own self-diagnostic upon startup, so ensuring that it properly goes through that one last time before storage is important. And then when you turn it off, you should be able to put it into a hibernation mode on these JetForce models by simply holding the button an additional 5 to 8 seconds and allowing the red light to stop flashing and the green light to come back on. On a mechanical system, simply looking and making sure the wires are intact and that nothing is wrong is critical before storage. The last step would be looking through online to see if the manufacturer has issued any warnings, recall notices, or safety information that you should know about so that you can get this taken care of now. And then your pack will be in a state of operational readiness for next season. Or if you get that call over the summer, to head to the Southern Hemisphere with your best friend to score some powder turns in August. We look forward to connecting with you over the summer. Please check back in with us for more ways that our team stays sharp and ready for the next adventure.